Hi, I'm Yosefa from Cooking Outside the Box. I've been really into fermenting things the last week. This is some kimchi style sauerkraut that I set up last Thursday, now it's Tuesday. And some sauerkraut, more traditional sauerkraut. This has some apple and carrot and celery seeds and some other seed, anise or something. When you ferment things, it makes the nutrients more digestible. It actually increases certain nutrients, and it's full of probiotics, and it's a really nice different flavor to add to things. Even sandwiches, salads, you can cook with it. Just don't heat it too much because it'll kill the probiotics. So I'm going to show you really simply how to make sauerkraut, and you can add whatever you want. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to show you some of the other things I'm working on. So this is a whole head of cabbage that I shredded finely in my food processor. You can chop it by hand, you can chop it in a food processor, thick, thin, whatever you want. And then under here I have 1 onion and 1 apple. And you don't have to do this, but when I'm done, I'm gonna mix some of mine with this, because this I made too salty, but it's bubbly, it's wonderful, it's really getting going, so hopefully this won't take so long when I mix it. So you take in your big bowl whatever you're using, whatever vegetables, mostly cabbage, and you salt it lightly. I thought I needed tons of salt. You need, for a whole cabbage, 1 to 2 tablespoons. I'll put notes and links, and if you go to my blog, I will post links to my favorite recipes and my favorite YouTube videos. So I'm gonna just estimate. I'm using sea salt. I've tried lots of different kinds of salt. It's a little easier on your hands if you have something fine, like pickling salt, as opposed to kosher salt, which also works. So this one here, as I said, I have an onion and an apple, and then this one I'm going to do with a little bit of ginger and kimchi, and a little ginger and wakame seaweed. I've been trying to eat a little more seaweed. It's all kinds of good stuff. So basically you mix it to start, and then you really want to squeeze it and massage it. And what I like to do is, it's a little faster, toss it all together with the salt and just walk away for 5 minutes, and the salt will do some of the work for you, and then when you come back you can just massage it for another 5 minutes or less, as opposed to massaging it for 10 minutes to get all the juices out. Because what you want is enough juice to actually cover all of the cabbage without having to add water. So what you're going to need in the end is some sort of a big glass jar or pottery, or even plastic you could use, but you don't want metal. So I like to reuse big jars from Honey, tomato sauce, stuff like that, but I bought these big old things. So my plan today is to transfer this to smaller jars in the fridge, and then throw all this into here. And you can see I have a plate in here that holds everything down, and you can put something on top of the plate. But another really good thing to do is keep the outer leaves, and you fold up the outer leaf and squish it down to hold all your shredded cabbage down underneath the water. But the most important thing is that everything stays submerged, because the process of the lactobacillus turning into becoming lactic acid, which is the preservative, is an anaerobic process, which means without air. So keep it underwater and you'll be good. If you see mold on top, you can take it. It's not really mold. You see it's like pond scum. You can wipe it off, and you can take out any sauerkraut that was touching it. You don't have to throw the whole thing away. And then taste it in 4 days. And what happened to mine is that I moved it to the fridge after 4 or 5 days, and I didn't like it, and I thought it was just me, but it seemed to mature more in the fridge, and now I love it. So I'm making more.